We've been off the air for a while, so I just want to stop any of the rumors that have been going around. We are alive and well, and we have not died from Ebola. But a couple months ago, our nation contracted a bad case of Ebola Freakout. It's got a quick onset, severe symptoms, and a remission time of just a few weeks. Ebola Freakout symptoms include irrational fear, trusting unreliable sources, false forecasting of the collapse of society, and generalized paranoia. For context, 4 people, 1 death, either traveled to West Africa or were treating people in America who had been to West Africa. Now, throughout the whole process, there were people like Tom Frieden, the director of the CDC, who was urging people to stay calm, that the disease was spread through only direct contact with somebody's bodily fluids, that people are not contagious if they're not showing symptoms, that additional Ebola cases might develop from the original patient, but he's confident it will be contained. But heck, who wants to listen to the most knowledgeable, powerful, biggest budget disease-controlling organization in the whole world? I'd rather trust, this public health partner's wild speculations that Obama is glad Ebola's here. Or you could trust that person at church who's definitely sure the second coming is upon us. Or you could go with good old Barbara Fishing for Evidence Fisher, who's pretty sure that America's just letting this all happen so that we can push more vaccines. Or maybe you could watch the news and see CNN's scary Ebola graphic. I mean, goodness. Anything looks scary when you put a neutral-colored blood splatter over an all-caps font. Look, we can do it too. And it didn't stop there. They added the other thing that's always scary. A microscopic image. Stuff just looks crazy under a microscope, okay? This is an image of a coconut tree. But if CNN was reporting on coconuts hitting 4 people in the US and killing 1, their image would probably look a little more like this. God, who makes these graphics? Probably the same person that came up with the headline right below it. Ebola, the ISIS of biological agents. My, oh my, CNN, where do I begin? First, unlike Spanish, we don't have question marks at the beginning of our sentences. So when you get rid of the Ebola, is it the ISIS of biological agents, people are going to read your headline like a fact until they get to the question mark at the end. Second, do we need to compare Ebola to ISIS, the only thing in the world that Americans may be more afraid of? Well, besides McRibs, there aren't actually bones in there. So this was basically the state of America a few months ago. And you know it's bad when my boy Shep's got to get in here and calm everybody down.
We do not have an outbreak of Ebola in the United States, nowhere. We do have 2 healthcare workers who contracted the disease from a dying man. They are isolated. Being petrified, and that's a quote, is ridiculous. Best advice for you and your family at this moment? Get a flu shot. Unlike Ebola, flu is easily transmitted. Flu, along with resulting pneumonia, killed 52,000 Americans last year alone. A flu shot will reduce your chance of getting flu. So get one.
Yeah! Sorry. Way to go, Shep. Thanks for being the voice of reason in this crazy situation. But there's one thing I'd like to point out. The Health Review's very own Jimmy Shiba reported this message 9 days earlier than Fox News. Hats off to you, Jimmy. Now you may remember our friends over at CNN. They were starting to feel a little embarrassed getting shown up by their rival Fox News and a few grad students on a YouTube show. So they got their prettiest face and put him next to a new title that is strikingly similar, yet a polar opposite to what they reported just a few weeks ago. Ebola hysteria, an epic epidemic overreaction. Yes! Some factual reporting! How about in the future, we know the facts, don't touch sick things, keep calm, and trust the CDC. That's it for today, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't die of Ebola, and don't forget to subscribe.